Bonjour and welcome back to Cyber Attack Sunday.
Hooray!
This week was a lot. Buckle up, Buttercue. We're diving in. Truth Social experienced global outages within minutes after Donald Trump posted details of a U.S. military strike on Iran. Hackers accessed personally identifiable information from Oxford City Council's legacy systems, affecting records spanning 20 years. CoinMarketCap suffered a supply chain attack that exposed visitors to a wallet drainer, leading to cryptocurrency theft through a fake Web3 pop-up. A collection of 16 billion login credentials from platforms like Apple, Facebook, and Google surfaced online, though experts confirm most of the data is outdated. Security Scorecard uncovered the Lapdogs botnet, a Chinese-linked cyber espionage network targeting entities in the US and Asia. Nucor, North America's largest steel producer, confirmed that hackers exfiltrated company data during a recent cyber attack. Google introduced new security measures to protect generative AI systems from indirect prompt injection attacks and bolster agentic AI resilience. A ransomware attack on McLaren Healthcare in 2024 compromised the personal information of 743,000 individuals. Dexdigo malware targeted Eastern European governments using malicious Windows shortcut files as part of a multi-stage attack uncovered in March 2025. The echo chamber jailbreak bypasses AI guardrails by subtly manipulating conversation context, effectively compromising major large language models. Canada's Centre for Cybersecurity and the FBI warn of Chinese hackers targeting telecommunications and other companies in Canada. A bug in Asana's MCP server may have exposed corporate data to other Asana users, though no malicious exploitation has been confirmed. McLaren Healthcare confirmed a data breach impacting 743,000 patients following a ransomware attack by the INC gang in July 2024. Aflac, which serves around 50 million customers, reported a cyber attack resulting in the theft of customer personal data. A cyber attack on CoinMarketCap exposed users to a fake Web3 wallet prompt, draining over $43,000 from their wallets. 4 Revel ransomware members arrested in January 2022 were released by Russia after pleading guilty to carding and malware charges. Pro-Iranian group Cyber Fatah leaked personal data from the Saudi Games in an alleged politically motivated cyber attack. The echo chamber jailbreak exploits semantic manipulation to trick large language models into generating harmful content, bypassing safety guardrails. North Korean hackers use social engineering tactics in Zoom meetings to trick participants into executing system takeover commands. The SparkKitty malware was discovered in mobile apps on Google Play and the Apple App Store, stealing photos and cryptocurrency from Android and iOS devices. Russian state-sponsored APT-28 hackers use Signal chats to deploy new malware families, Beardshell and Slim Agent, targeting Ukraine's government. Tech support scammers exploited search ads and URL injection to trick users into contacting fraudulent support services. Newly discovered spyware infiltrated Apple's App Store and Google Play to steal images from users' mobile devices. A Chinese APT group has been infecting Soho routers with the short leash backdoor to create covert espionage infrastructure. Attackers are abusing misconfigured Docker APIs to deploy crypto miners while masking their activities through the Tor network. Prometei botnet activity has surged since March 2025, indicating a significant resurgence of the malware operation. The echo chamber attack manipulates conversation history to bypass safety guardrails in GPT and Gemini models, achieving high jailbreak success rates. New ITRC data shows impersonation scams now account for a third of all scams, with a 148% increase as AI-driven fraud rises. Threat actors are injecting keylogger code into Microsoft Exchange login pages to steal user credentials. Siemens is collaborating with Microsoft to resolve an antivirus issue that may cause missed malware alerts and potential plant disruptions. Aflac confirmed a cybersecurity incident that may have exposed sensitive customer data, potentially linked to the Scattered Spider cybercrime group. A ransomware attack at McLaren Healthcare led to a data breach affecting more than 743,000 individuals. The FileFix attack uses Windows File Explorer's address bar to trick users into executing malicious PowerShell commands. A long-running malware campaign has been skimming data, stealing credentials, and profiling users through a rogue WordPress plugin. Trezor warns users of phishing attacks that exploit its automated support system to send deceptive emails from its official platform. SonicWall reports that attackers are distributing a Trojanized version of its NetExtender SSL VPN client to steal VPN credentials. North Korean threat actors launched a supply chain attack using 35 malicious NPM packages, downloaded over 4,000 times, to target developers. Okta reports that over 46% of new customer registrations are fraudulent, driven primarily by bot activity. Bridewell's CTI annual report highlights a growing trend of lone wolf ransomware operators and a shift toward data theft and extortion over encryption-only attacks. Mainline Health and Select Medical disclosed data breaches affecting more than 100,000 individuals. Ransomware victims in the UK are now paying extortionists twice as much as they did a year ago. NCC Group reports ransomware attacks declined for the third consecutive month in May 2025, although retailers remained heavily targeted. Pro-Iranian group Cyberfata leaked thousands of personal records from the Saudi games, posting SQL database dumps online. Attackers have been hiding malware in ConnectWise applications by modifying certificate tables, leading to a surge in infections. French police reportedly arrested 5 operators of breach forums, a cybercrime platform used to leak and sell stolen data. Threat actors are using open source and publicly available tools to target financial institutions across Africa. A new Citrix NetScaler vulnerability, Citrix Bleed 2, allows unauthenticated attackers to hijack session cookies from vulnerable devices. WinRAR patched a directory traversal vulnerability, CVE 2025-6218, that could allow malware execution after extracting a malicious archive. North Korea's contagious interview campaign is using malicious NPM packages to target developers and deploy infostealers and backdoors. A campaign dubbed One Click is abusing Microsoft's Click Once deployment tool and AWS services to compromise energy, oil, and gas sector targets. Attackers are manipulating ConnectWise Screen Connect installers to create signed remote access malware using Authenticode stuffing. British hacker known as IntelBroker has been charged by the US for causing $25 million in damages by stealing and selling sensitive data. Citrix patched a critical zero-day vulnerability in NetScaler ADC and Gateway that had been actively exploited. Threat actors used open source and publicly available tools in coordinated attacks against financial institutions in Africa since July 2023. Kai West, believed to be IntelBroker, was arrested in France and charged by US authorities for cybercrimes. Glasgow City Council warned of service disruptions and potential data loss following a security incident linked to a supply chain compromise. CISA reports that a maximum severity flaw in AMI's MegaRack BMC software is being actively exploited to hijack and brick servers. Iranian APT-35 hackers are using AI-powered phishing to target Israeli journalists, cybersecurity experts, and technology professionals. Cisco warned of 2 critical flaws in Cisco ISE that could allow remote code execution with root privileges. Interpol has observed a sharp rise in cybercrime across Africa, with cyber offenses now representing a significant portion of all crime. A data breach at Central Kentucky Radiology compromised the personal information of 167,000 individuals in October 2024. French authorities arrested 4 individuals suspected of ties to breach forums and involvement in cyber attacks, including one against the French Football Federation. CISA urged federal agencies to patch an actively exploited AMI BMC vulnerability and a 5-year-old FortiOS bug by July 17th. ESET research shows ClickFix social engineering attacks have surged 517% in 2025, becoming the second most common attack vector after phishing. New vulnerabilities in SAP GUI for Windows and Java, CVE 2025-055, CVE 2025-056, expose sensitive user data due to weak or missing encryption. Nicholas Michael Kloster pleaded guilty to hacking organizations in order to promote his own security services. An Ohio man is accused of creating violent and sexual deepfakes of his ex-girlfriends and their families using AI tools and undress apps. Phishing attackers are exploiting Microsoft 365's Direct Send feature to bypass security and deliver phishing emails that appear internal. Cisco patched 2 critical vulnerabilities, CVE 2025-2028-1 and CVE 2025-2028-2, in Cisco ISE and ISE PIC that allow unauthenticated attackers to execute remote code with root privileges. A Kansas City man pleaded guilty to hacking multiple organizations to promote his cybersecurity services. A patient's death has been linked to the 2024 ransomware attack on Synovus, which disrupted NHS operations. Misconfigured AI-linked MCP servers are exposing users to remote code execution and potential data breaches. CISA warned that a critical authentication bypass vulnerability, CVE 2024-54085, in AMI MegaRack SPX server management firmware is actively being exploited. The Department of Homeland Security warned that Iran-backed cyber attacks against U.S. networks are likely following escalating military tensions. An ex-student in Australia was charged for hacking Western Sydney University systems to obtain cheaper parking and commit further data breaches. A proposed bipartisan bill seeks to ban Chinese artificial intelligence technologies from U.S. federal agencies, with exceptions for research and counterterrorism. A critical vulnerability in the OpenVSX registry could have allowed attackers to take control of the entire Visual Studio Code extensions marketplace. A hard-coded admin password flaw affects 689 Brother printer models and cannot be fixed via firmware updates. The FTC approved $126 million in refunds for Fortnite players as part of a settlement against Epic Games for using deceptive design tactics. Hawaiian Airlines reported a cyber attack that disrupted access to some systems but did not impact flight operations. Whole Foods supplier UNFI has restored core systems and resumed electronic ordering following a cyber attack. The One Click campaign uses Microsoft Click Once and Golang backdoors to target organizations in the energy, oil, and gas sectors with suspected Chinese links. Scanning activity targeting Move It transfer systems has surged, raising concerns of an imminent mass exploitation campaign. Hackers are exploiting Microsoft 365's Direct Send feature to deliver phishing emails that evade traditional security controls. Ahold Delhaize is notifying 2.2 million individuals that their personal, financial, and health data was stolen in a November ransomware attack on its U.S. systems. The Citrix Bleed 2 vulnerability is being actively exploited to gain initial access, echoing the impact of the original Citrix Bleed flaw. The China-linked Silver Fox Group is targeting Chinese users with fake software installers containing remote access Trojans and rootkits. Revenge.ai secured $415 million in seed funding to develop an AI platform for detecting malicious code and vulnerabilities in software supply chains. Mustang Panda is conducting Tibet-focused espionage using spear phishing campaigns that deploy pubload and pubshell malware. Recent updates include a Norwegian dam cyber attack, AT&T's $177 million data breach settlement, and system restoration at Whole Foods supplier UNFI. The Citrix Bleed 2 vulnerability, CVE 2025-5777, is now believed to be exploited, with cybersecurity firms observing suspicious sessions on Citrix devices. The Scattered Spider hacking group has expanded its attacks from insurance and retail to aviation and transportation sectors. Gifted Crook malware has evolved from a simple browser stealer to a powerful intelligence gathering tool capable of exfiltrating sensitive files. The FBI and cybersecurity firms report that Scattered Spider hackers are now focusing on airlines and transportation after recent attacks in the retail and insurance sectors. Dang, what a week. As always, if this was too overwhelming, visit Latest in Cyber on Substack to go through all articles and sources. You're welcome.